Canada has long been a nation of opportunity, a place where hard work and dedication can build a better future. Its thriving cities, breathtaking landscapes, and strong economy have made this country a top destination for immigrants worldwide. But as we approach 2025, Canada is making necessary adjustments to its immigration policies, changes aimed at ensuring that our system remains fair, sustainable, and beneficial for long-time Canadians. For decades, Canada has welcomed immigrants with open arms, valuing their contributions to our economy and society. But in recent years, concerns have grown about rising housing costs, job availability, and the increasing strain on public services. Many Canadians, who have worked hard to build a stable life here, are asking, can our immigration system keep up with these challenges? That's why the government is making changes, to prioritize stability, economic growth, and to contribute meaningfully to Canadian society. These policies won't affect everyone in the same way, but for many immigrants, they represent new hurdles. Today, we'll break down what's changing, why these changes are happening, and what it all means for the future of immigration in Canada. Why is Canada changing its immigration policies? Immigration has always been a key part of Canada's growth, but in recent years, there have been growing pressures on housing, healthcare, and the job market. Canadians in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal have seen skyrocketing housing prices, longer wait times in hospitals, and increased competition for jobs. While immigration plays a vital role in filling labor gaps and strengthening our economy, an unchecked system could put too much strain on these resources. Many Canadians, both long-time residents and newer immigrants, are feeling the effects of this, and they want to see policies that put the country's long-term success first. The government's new approach aims to ensure that immigration remains manageable, strategic, and fair, balancing the needs of Canadian citizens with the opportunities we provide to newcomers. So, what exactly is changing? These upcoming changes aim to prioritize skilled immigrants, manage population growth responsibly, and support industries in need. Here are the biggest updates. 1. A more competitive points-based system. Canada's express entry system has been restructured to favor applicants who have higher education, in-demand work experience, and stronger language skills. This means that those with advanced degrees, high levels of English or French proficiency, and expertise in fields like healthcare, engineering, and technology will have a much better chance of gaining permanent residency. For others, however, the path to residency is becoming more competitive. Lower-skilled workers who might have once been accepted under previous policies will find it harder to qualify unless they meet the new criteria. 2. Stricter family sponsorship rules. Family reunification has always been a key principle of Canada's immigration policy. However, with longer wait times and increasing sponsorship applications, the government is introducing tighter regulations to ensure the system remains efficient and manageable. The result? Stricter income requirements and longer processing times, making it harder for immigrants to bring family members to Canada. This change is aimed at reducing dependency on social services and ensuring that sponsored family members can support themselves. 3. A shift toward temporary workers instead of permanent residents. One of the biggest shifts in policy is the increased focus on temporary foreign workers instead of fast-tracking permanent residency. Because Canada needs short-term labor solutions in industries like agriculture, hospitality, and manufacturing. Instead of granting permanent status immediately, the government is expanding programs that allow foreign workers to fill gaps without immediately committing to long-term residency. This move is designed to help industries struggling with labor shortages, to ensure that immigrants coming to Canada are meeting economic demands, and to reduce long-term pressure on social programs. However, for those who have been working here for years, this shift means less certainty about their future. Many workers who had expected to transition into permanent residency may now find themselves in a gray area, unsure if they will ever be able to stay permanently. How will these changes affect immigrants already in Canada? For those already living and working in Canada, these changes could be life-altering. Take Raj and his family, who moved to Canada 3 years ago. He has worked 2 jobs, paid his taxes, and contributed to his community. But under the new system, securing permanent residency has become significantly harder. I've built a life here, and I've done everything right. With these new rules, I don't know if we'll be able to stay. Stories like Raj's highlight the need for a balanced approach, one that protects both Canadian interests and hard-working immigrants who have already invested their lives here. How Canada's immigration policies compare to other nations. Canada's immigration system has long been praised as one of the most welcoming in the world, but that doesn't mean it's the most effective. In fact, when compared to other developed nations, Canada's policies stand out for their sheer volume of newcomers, often without the necessary economic safeguards. The U.S. focuses on employment-based visas, prioritizing skilled workers in key industries rather than large-scale permanent residency for all. It also has recently tightened border security and asylum policies, ensuring that their immigration system serves economic and security interests first. Unlike Canada, the U.S. does not rely on large-scale temporary foreign worker programs, instead encouraging businesses to train American workers first. Europe, cracking down on uncontrolled migration. Countries like the UK, France, and Germany have tightened their immigration rules in recent years, making it harder to stay in the country without a job or valid work permit. The UK has introduced salary thresholds for foreign workers to ensure that they are filling genuine labor shortages, rather than undercutting local wages. Many European countries have also introduced stricter pathways to permanent residency, ensuring that immigrants contribute to society before being granted long-term status. Where Canada is falling behind. If Canada continues down this path while other countries tighten their policies, we risk becoming a global outlier, one of the few Western nations allowing mass immigration without strict economic controls. Housing crisis will get worse, with record numbers of newcomers arriving each year. Demand for housing will continue to skyrocket, making homeownership even more out of reach for Canadians. Job market disruptions. If temporary foreign workers keep replacing Canadians in industries like trades and manufacturing, wages will stagnate, and job security will decline, something we already see happening. Increased burden on public services, hospitals, schools, and infrastructure are already stretched thin. While other countries are slowing down immigration to allow services to catch up, Canada continues full speed ahead with no clear plan to expand capacity. Cultural and social challenges. Unlike Australia or the US, Canada has no strong national integration programs, meaning many new arrivals struggle with language, employment, and cultural adaptation. Without proper integration, we risk fracturing social cohesion rather than strengthening our communities. What does this mean for Canada's future? Canada has always been a country that values hard work and contribution. These new immigration policies reflect an effort to maintain that tradition while addressing modern economic challenges. For businesses, these changes could mean better targeted labor solutions. For taxpayers, they aim to prevent strain on social services and public resources. For future immigrants, the process will be more competitive, but also more strategic, prioritizing those with skills that Canada truly needs. But these changes also come with risks. If Canada overcorrects, we could see a labor shortage in key industries, harming our economy. If too many workers leave, businesses that rely on immigrant labor, like farms, restaurants, and construction companies, may struggle to find enough employees. This is why finding the right balance is so important. Canada needs immigration, but it also needs smart, sustainable policies that work for both newcomers and long-time citizens. A call for thoughtful policy and fairness. As the conversation continues, different voices are weighing in. Some argue that these changes will help control population growth and maintain economic stability. Others believe they will make it too difficult for hard-working immigrants to stay and contribute. At the end of the day, Canada's future depends on a balanced immigration system, one that welcomes those who are ready to contribute while ensuring that our economy, job market, and social services remain strong. So, what do you think? Are these changes necessary to keep Canada strong, or should more be done to support immigrants already here? Share your thoughts, discuss with friends and family, and help ensure that Canada continues to be a country of opportunity, built on fairness, hard work, and a vision for long-term success.